Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching TVP World. I'm Diana Skaya, and this is Military Mind. Another day in the Russian war against Ukraine and more Russian attacks. Overnight, 85 drones were launched at Ukraine, hitting targets inside multiple cities. According to military officials, the main areas affected by the airstrike were the Kharkiv, Donetsk, and Odessa regions. In Kharkiv, the Russian army, for the second day in a row, launched a massive drone attack. Fires broke out in residential buildings and educational institutions. In total, according to the Ukraine State Emergency Service, 15 people were injured, including 4 children. Meanwhile, the Ukrainian General Staff has reported that overnight on Wednesday, Ukrainian forces struck an important Russian electronics plant, reducing Russian capabilities to manufacture high-tech weapons. Explosions were recorded around the Rezonit Technopark in Zubovo, Moscow region. This is a plant for the serial production and assembly of printed circuit boards and electronics. On the front line, the Russian army's offensive has accelerated simultaneously in several sectors. Russian forces have deployed large numbers to the north of the Sumy region. And now, despite the fact that the offensive has not yet threatened the city of Sumy itself, the Ukrainian military command will have to find reserves to stabilize the situation. Ukrainian armed forces brigades that left the Sumy region have been sent to Konstantinovka in the center of Donbass to stop the Russian breakthrough. The Russian army is advancing towards Konstantinovka from 3 sides: from Chasiv Yar in the east, from Toretsk in the south, and from Pokrovsk in the west. Along the same road in the west, the Russian army is trying to break through to the northern outskirts of Pokrovsk. And another Russian group southwest of Pokrovsk has reached the border of the Dnipro region and is preparing to bypass the city from the west. We're now going to show you how units of the Ukrainian Omega Special Forces Center of the National Guard conduct counter-sabotage operations, searches of private homes, document checks, and searches for subversive groups. Now, this is a delicate job in urban conditions. Here, every meter is a potential danger. Every glance from the window is both an ally and a threat. Ukrainian Special Forces officers act precisely, quickly, and in a coordinated manner. They detect traces of Russian forces, they check suspicious persons, and record the routes of movement of sabotage groups.
Ще дрони нам вносять корективи, ще потрібно там собі на собі мобільне ребо понести. І будучи в таких обставинах, ти дуже чітко і ясно для себе розумієш, що потрібно собою займатися.
Шманаем по погреба, подвалы и всю хату. Отсюда пошел перехват. Вийдіть, будь ласка, з дому для перевірки документів.
Работаем?
Я понял. Можна ми, будь ласка, зайдемо в приміщення, просто подивимось.
Очки хороші тут такі.
Ви хто такі?
Здорово.
Телефон.
Вот он.
Тихо! Вот он мой. Закрой. Пожалуйста.
Ще чоловіки є?
Ну, пойдем. Заходи. Ой, боже.
Все, давай. Телефон. Ага, давай, пацаны.
А ебать его в рот. Ждіть нахуй. Розкачалися ж.
In the Kramatorsk sector, accuracy has a name: the Ukrainian Phoenix UAV unit of the Pomsta Brigade. Now, their drones do not just observe, they punish. And this time, the Russians got the full brunt. In the course of a successful series of airstrikes, the Phoenix has destroyed 2 Grad multiple rocket launchers, an enemy UAV control center, an artillery cannon, an ammunition depot, 4 military trucks, and 5 passenger cars. In one of the frontline areas, Russian troops showcased a truly historic phenomenon, quite literally from the Khrushchev era. The Russian occupiers arrived at their positions in a ZAZ 965, a humpbacked Zaporizhia. The car was covered in mud and looked as if it had spent several decades in a backyard. It seems that Russian technology has already reached the stage of import substitution when even museum exhibits are being used. One can only wonder from what ethnographic reserve this machine was pulled, perhaps from the private collection of collective farm humor.
Это Жорик. Жорик. Армия России только держится на Жориках. Сейчас поедем воевать. Хохлам жопу рвать. Колян.
And to close out today's episode, we see Ukrainian Mi-24P combat helicopters carrying out a precision strike on Russian positions. Each was armed with 122mm S-13 missiles capable of penetrating shelters, destroying armored vehicles, and eliminating enemy forces. And that's all for this episode of Military Mind. I'm Skaya. Thanks for watching, and do stay with us here on TVP World.